11 hidden travel tips airlines don't want seniors to know about. If you're 60 or older and enjoy traveling but find airport stress, exhausting flights, and surprise charges frustrating, this information will transform your flying experience. Airlines deliberately avoid sharing the benefits, rules, and exclusive options that could make your journey easier, more affordable, and significantly more comfortable. Today, we're revealing 11 essential senior travel hacks that airlines prefer to keep under wraps. These aren't just basic suggestions. They come from retired cabin crew members, travel experts, and experienced flyers who've discovered how to work the system effectively, and trust me. The final tip, number 11, is the strategy that veteran travelers rely on to convert stressful trips into relaxed journeys. Let's begin. Tip number 1, utilize the shadow row for enhanced service and comfort. While most passengers compete for bulkhead positions or aisle seats, experienced flyers understand the ideal spot on the plane is often something you haven't discovered yet: the shadow row. This isn't some premium fare category or exclusive members-only area. It's a little-known trick that cabin crew recommend. It's typically found close to the crew jump seats. What makes this important? It's because sitting near the flight crew ensures more responsive attention, quicker beverage service, and extra assistance when you need help with overhead luggage or getting settled. You're right in their visual range, meaning you'll receive better care without constantly using that call button. Extra benefit, these sections are frequently less packed, and because they're usually positioned mid-cabin or by emergency exits, you'll also experience less turbulence and quicker exiting. You won't see shadow row options when selecting seats. However, with some investigation on Seat Guru and by reviewing your plane's configuration, you can frequently identify these secret spots. Tip number 2, never overlook the senior-specific airport help. It extends beyond wheelchairs. Here's something airlines rarely openly promote: complimentary senior support services at airports that include much more than wheelchair assistance. We're not referring to mobility limitations here. Even when you're completely capable, you can arrange help with navigating sprawling terminals, expediting security clearance, or locating your departure gate with reduced anxiety. The strategy: when reserving your ticket, whether online or via phone, specifically request senior transit assistance instead of wheelchair help. That specific phrasing gives you access to a personnel airport representative who will escort you through the madness smoothly and professionally. No endless queue waiting, no battling confusing terminal maps. It's completely complimentary, remarkably beneficial, and provides extra reassurance, particularly when you're traveling alone, exhausted, or making connections at a large unknown airport. Tip number 3, the split ticket purchase method for massive savings. Let's discuss finances, because this strategy can reduce your costs by hundreds per trip, and most older travelers haven't discovered it yet. Rather than purchasing your return flight as a single booking, consider splitting your reservation into 2 separate one-way tickets, potentially on different carriers. This approach is known as split ticketing, and it frequently costs less than traditional round-trip fares, particularly for overseas or multiple destination journeys. Here's what's interesting: many carriers discourage this practice. Their booking platforms are built to make round-trip purchases appear simpler and more secure. But by independently searching each flight segment, you'll frequently discover hidden fare options that their automated systems won't reveal. Expert advice: utilize flight aggregator platforms like Google Flights or Skyscanner, then purchase straight from the carrier for enhanced protection and consistently verify connection times. This technique performs best when you allow adequate time between departures. Savvy flyers understand the additional minutes spent researching. One-way alternatives can result in substantial savings and increased adaptability when circumstances change. Tip number 4, consistently choose the special meal selection, regardless of dietary needs. Here's an intelligent hack that seems like confidential information, and it's absolutely free. When making your flight reservation, you'll typically see options to select a special meal such as vegetarian, reduced sodium, gluten-free, or even kosher. Now, even when you don't require one medically, selecting a special meal can provide significant advantages during your flight. The reason? It's because special meals are typically fresher, delivered first and made in smaller, more attentively managed quantities. That means you're more likely to receive a warm, adequately prepared dish before the remaining passengers even notice theirs. Added benefit: you won't risk being left with the unfortunate chicken or pasta choice. After all, the desirable selections are taken. So, on your next flight, look beyond the standard meal and explore the special alternatives. You may be amazed at how significantly better your airborne dining becomes. Tip number 5. Obtain credit cards that provide complimentary airport lounge entry. You don't need first-class tickets to experience first-class treatment any older. Adults don't understand that specific credit cards include a transformative benefit: free access to airport lounges. And we're not discussing basic refreshments and snack machines. We're discussing comfortable furniture, complimentary food and beverages, spotless facilities, and a tranquil environment to unwind before departure. Here's what airlines hide. They seldom promote this, and even financial institutions tend to conceal it in the terms. Cards such as the Amex Platinum, Chase Sapphire Reserve, or even certain MasterCard and Visa signature options frequently include priority pass membership or straight lounge entry. Some provide this benefit immediately. Others need activation. But once configured, you're set. You've deserved some comfort. So before your upcoming journey, examine your wallet or contact your card issuer and inquire if you already have eligibility. You could be one conversation away from exchanging noisy terminals for espresso drinks and relaxing seating. Tip number 6. Maintain a doctor's travel medication documentation. This strategy could mean the difference between moving smoothly through security or getting detained and interrogated about your prescriptions. When traveling with medications, particularly liquids, injectables, or anything unfamiliar looking, airport inspectors or border officials might question you. And when traveling internationally, the requirements become even more complex. Here's the smart approach. Request your physician to prepare a travel-ready medication document. It's a single-page overview using globally accepted terminology that describes your health issues, prescriptions, and care protocol in a manner. Inconvenience. Few at airport personnel and international authorities can readily comprehend. This isn't simply a prescription copy. It's an intelligent, preventative record that communicates effectively with border inspectors and medical professionals globally. Store a physical copy in your hand luggage and a digital version on your device. You'll have greater confidence, and you'll be prepared to demonstrate you're following all rules. Tip number 7. Avoid basic economy. Here's why it's problematic. For seniors, basic economy may appear economical, but for senior flyers, it's frequently a concealed problem waiting to emerge. With these minimal fares, you typically cannot select your seat, cannot carry a standard carry-on, and cannot modify bookings without substantial fees. That means ending up in a tight middle seat near the rear with no adaptability when your itinerary changes or when you require additional boarding time or room for medicines and necessities. And here's the biggest issue. Basic economy frequently becomes more expensive ultimately. Once you add seat assignment costs, luggage charges, and improvements, you might have traveled comfortably in regular economy for less. So avoid the mistake. Review fare categories before purchasing and examine the actual expense, not merely the base price. Modest additional investment initially can make your entire experience easier, more secure, and considerably more enjoyable. Tip number 8. Establish a separate travel email and emergency health ID on your device. This strategy provides double benefits for security and mental comfort. First, establish a dedicated travel email account exclusively for reserving flights, accommodations, coverage, and activities. Why? Because it maintains all your journey details consolidated in one location and separates it from your primary account. Minimizing fraud and junk mail. If your device goes missing, it's simpler to recover reservations and receipts from a protected backup. Second, activate the medical ID function on your mobile device. Both Apple and Android include this built-in feature, so even when your phone is secured, emergency personnel can access your health conditions, prescriptions, sensitivities, and emergency contacts. It requires 5 minutes to configure, but might be life-saving when abroad. And it provides your relatives peace of mind, too. Want to understand the attitude that distinguishes experienced senior travelers from beginners? That's coming shortly, and it could transform how you approach the world. Tip number 9. Achieve faster security clearance, even without TSA PreCheck. Most passengers believe you must purchase TSA PreCheck to move quickly through airport checkpoints. But what if I revealed there's a method to proceed rapidly without any cost? Here's the information. Many carriers and airports discreetly provide what's termed expedited screening by association.
That indicates if you're journeying with someone
Who possesses TSA PreCheck, such as a partner or relative. You could be permitted through the PreCheck line alongside them. It's not assured, but it occurs more frequently than you'd expect. Additionally, some airports maintain their own priority screening lanes for passengers over 60, particularly internationally, but they seldom publicize them. All you need to do is inquire at the registration desk or guest assistance area. And another suggestion, dress strategically. Easy removal shoes, no belts, and limited metal will frequently get you directed into the quicker lane, even without PreCheck. Security personnel appreciate travelers who simplify their work, so appear like an expert, and you might be accommodated like one. Tip number 10. Travel during the optimal senior time frame for smoother flights. This advice is straightforward, effective, and among the simplest methods to make your journey better from beginning to end. It's called the optimal senior time frame, and it identifies the absolute ideal times of day for mature travelers to fly. You should target departing flights between 9 a.m. and 12 p.m. midweek, particularly Tuesdays and Wednesdays. Why this time frame? Because it's following the early business traveler surge, so queues are shorter. We'll miss the hectic evening. Masses, which can be overpowering. And critically, those departures are statistically more punctual and encounter reduced turbulence. Furthermore, you'll be traveling during bright hours when personnel are alert. Airport operations are completely functional, and your vitality is probably at peak levels. It might appear like a minor adjustment, but traveling in the optimal window can decrease tiredness, reduce pressure, and make the complete airport journey considerably more pleasant. Before we reach the closing tip, if you've stayed this long, I appreciate it. It truly matters. If you discovered any of these valuable, please take a moment to like this content and subscribe. It genuinely supports the channel, and it signals YouTube you desire more intelligent senior travel advice like these. Right, here's the conclusion. Tip number 11. Adopt the possibility perspective. The approach all expert travelers embrace. Most experienced content travelers, they all share one characteristic. They don't anticipate flawlessness. They anticipate opportunities. They understand that problems will arise. A departure gets postponed. The accommodation misplaces your reservation. Your baggage arrives in a different nation. But rather than becoming agitated, they change their outlook. They transform detours into explorations, obstacles into memories, postponements into rest periods they didn't realize that they required. This isn't merely about optimistic attitudes. It's about taking ownership of your journey. You cannot always dictate what occurs, but you can dictate how you respond to it. So the next occasion travel presents you an unexpected challenge, don't. View it as an S, part of the experience. That's the perspective that transforms senior travel into something remarkable.